Hello everyone and welcome again. In today's video we will land our Boeing 777 to an EA in Dubai with an ILS approach. Hope this guide will help you in the future flights on this amazing PMDG 777. Now sit back and relax, get your food and enjoy the video.
Fluid J68 Square Lake, turn to 117 departure, officer to southeastbound, runway 35, clear to 9.
Okay, so right now we are in the flight deck for our amazing 777. The game is currently paused because we are pretty close to our top of descent, and I have an amazing opportunity to talk to you and provide a quick tutorial on how to land this thing. Okay, so we're approximately 40, 50 nautical miles away from the top of descent, so now we can prepare our aircraft for the descent and landing. Okay, so now we have our EFB, so open your EFB. Go here, press arrival, and stop there. So let's see, our final point on our FMC is Lorried. So let's open our arrival charts. You have runways 12 right and left. Only for this airport, right and left. And we can see every approach on this map for different runways. You see we have Lorried 1 Echo, so this is the one that we need. So you can see waypoint Lorried, and we go that way, that way, that way, into the waypoint Rerek. Yes, you can see Rerek. So, okay, we're gonna choose this one. So, when you choose which star you're gonna do, go to your FMC, press departure and arrivals, and then find it. So it's Lorry 1 Echo. Stop there. As we see Lorry 1 Echo. So these charts are for the runways 12 left and right. Okay, so this is for runways 12 left and right, so just pin it there. As I said, these charts are only for Dubai approach because they have a lot of schemes and stars. So in the different ones, you'll see the stars here. So you'll see Lorried 1 Echo right here, not like runways 12 and right on our arrivals. Okay, so then go to the approaches and let's choose ILS runway 12 left for this one. And as you can see, it's from the point Rerek, from the last waypoint, so let's go and pin it down. So now we choose ILS 12 left, pin it there, and then our transition altitude is Rerek. You don't need to know what is transition points. I'm not a real airline pilot, so yeah. So let's go and unpause our game so we can actually fly. There we go. Okay, so now let's go to our performance tool. Click on landing and route, and here we go. So at the top we have our airport ICAO name. Our runway is 12 left, as I said, and it automatically imports every information. You can choose it as well. Aircraft weight, you can import aircraft details. Let's do that in kilograms. Now go to your, so here we go. So this is our actual gross weight right now without the burning fuel, and this is our weight with the burning fuel. So we're gonna burn 2 tons of fuel. For now, just put it into the FMC, so 178, 78.9. Okay. Okay, flaps config, let's do 25, then AC on. Don't need to touch that. Okay, so after that, press calculate. Oh, my bad. Yeah, after just press import weather and press calculate. So here, for 12 left, we're gonna have some runway to start, and approximately we will land here. And with our auto brakes 3, we'll stop approximately here. But if you add like reverse, it will not change anything. So no credit, it's fine. For this one, we're probably gonna use auto brakes 3 because we want the quick stop. As I said, if you use max auto brakes, you're gonna stop quicker. That's usually for short runways. And there we go. Our VREF is 139, which is exactly here, with plus 5 knots of VREF. I just put it there. So flap 25 degrees and speed 139. Okay, now as you see, we have the weather. We've got our QNH, so our barometer. You can set it already without the pressing standard button. So what you do is our QNH is 1000. So you just don't press STD, just spin it, and you will see small bold means that it's not activated yet until you press the button STD. So just get it to 100, and we're good to go. Okay, now it's 100. Just before top of descent, let's go to our charts and set our minimums. So go to your ILS charts. I've got them pinned. Okay, ILS runway 12 left. If you didn't see my chart video yet, minimums are here on the bottom. So ABC type aircraft have 200 radials, and barometer is in bold 212. And we have a long haul aircraft which is a D type, so we're gonna get our minimums to 223. So let's get radials set to 200 already, so let's get 211. Oops. Okay, and we are ready for our descent. As you can see, our FMC said reset MCP altitude, so now we can just turn this down to flat low 160 to the waypoint low rate, and just wait until we will reach our top of descent. For now, let's get our checklists. Somewhere here, 1 second. Yeah, so checklists. Descent. So recall button is checked, so right here, check all the things. Notes, you don't need to worry about that. Okay, auto brake, we know it's 3. Landing dates, VREF and minimums. Our VREF is flap 25 degrees and 139 knots, and our minimums is 211 radial. Approach briefing complete. So now let's just put this on for now. Okay, so you can see we have reached our top of descent, and we're gonna see this is our profile. So now the plane will try to maintain its profile by trying to get this diamond in the middle. As you can see, we're descending now. Yeah. So now let's talk about briefings. So basically, usually do a briefing, like approach briefing. You just repeat everything again. to make sure that you are ready for the approach. So we've got ILS approach, runway 12 left, and we are following our star, Lorry 1 Echo. Let's go to our FMC. So you can see our VRF is set. Go to your VNAV. So econ speed, that means that when we are descending, the aircraft will try to maintain 340 knots at maximum, and then below 10,000 feet, which is our transition altitude, where we have to change our barometer to the local one, and it will have the speed of 340 knots. That looks promising. Now go to your nav, red radios, and then check your ILS frequency. So you've got our frequency in 110.1, that's correct, and approach course, final course is 119 degrees. Beautiful. Legs looks fine. On the waypoint RAREC we have to be 2,000 feet or above, and then 2,000 feet strictly here. So approximately here we have 10 nautical miles to descend to the 2,000 feet, and it looks fine. And yeah. Okay, so now I will show you what new people may get stuck on when flying with ATC. So, for example, ATC might say descend flight level 160 before your top of descent. So what you do now, it's nothing to worry about here. You just set your altitude to your flight level, to the flight level that ATC told you, and you just press this button. Because as you can see, you can press it, and then the aircraft will descend by itself without the top of descent. So it will ignore the top of descent, and yeah, so that's how you can descend. Other way is you can press vertical speed here, and then you can choose how quickly you can descend. I'm not gonna do that, so yeah. And that's our VNAV. So let's talk about LNAV now. Okay, so as we are descending, ATC might tell you to turn direction 320. So you just go to your heading selector and turn the knob to your heading, to your desired heading, and press select. And as you can see, our LNAV disappeared, and as you can see, heading select is selected here. And now the aircraft will turn itself to the selected heading. It might be that after your ATC might say go to the direct point Lorid, which is there. So go to your leg page. As you can see, we have Lorid here. Press Lorid, and then select the Lorid to your first waypoint, which is in magenta line. And as you can see, we have the route direct to the waypoint Lorid. So you press execute, and as you can see, the magenta line will follow us to the Lorid. And to follow the magenta line again, press LNAV. And as you can see, we have LNAV and the VNAV speed. And the aircraft will turn itself to the waypoint Lorid. Beautiful. So now let's go to our stars, and soon we will see our plane. A blue plane will follow this line. So let me just skip this part for you. Okay, so now as you can see on flight level 160, now our speed is 230 knots. How it is on the charts. So let's just put our knob to the flight level 120, so we can be at the waypoint Orger. And as you can see, our plane is right there. So we will continue to descend in this path until the waypoint Rarick, and we're gonna repeat the same instructions as we did last time. So if you want to make this a bit easier, just set the lowest altitude that you will get on your star approach. For me, it's 6,000 feet. So yeah, we will stop descending approximately at this waypoint, and we will follow our profile, of course. Okay, so I'll skip this part for you, and then I'm gonna see when we are at 10,000 feet. Okay, so as you can see, we're below 10,000 feet, and our standard is now in orange. So now press STD, and our thing is now 1000. As well as we are below 10,000 feet, get your landing lights on. Your seatbelt sign should be on. If it was off, get all the lights on. That's it from now. And now let's wait until we're gonna reach waypoint Delta Bravo 414. Okay, so now we are approaching waypoint Delta Bravo 403. And now, as you see, we are low on our profile, so let's set our altitude to 2,000 feet. Because our approach should say 2,000 feet at the waypoint. Uniform Kilo Romeo India Mike. And now we will catch up with our profile and descend slowly. And as we see, we've got the name for our approach: India Delta Bravo Lima. As is saying here. I'm not gonna talk about charts in depth. If you wanna learn how to read charts, go on my video and watch again. Okay, right now, our speed should be 185 knots. So, if your FMC is a bit dumb like mine and it doesn't want to decrease the speed, just press this FLCH and then decrease the speed by yourself. So it's 185. And remember, when your speed is 185, get flaps on 1 degree, because aircraft need some drag and lift because of the low airspeed. As you can see, we've got one near 185. And we are nearly on our final, so let's double check everything. So ILS 1101. Final course is 119. Yes, right there. QNH 1000. It's all check. Yeah, cabin is ready. That's right there. So yeah, all the lights on. Anti-ice is auto. Yeah, we are ready for landing. As I said, we're gonna do this checklist just before our waypoint DB612. DB612 is where we have to go down via the glide slope. As you can see, we are slowly approaching 2,000 feet and we are a bit low. Approximately when we're going to be 10 nautical miles away from the airport, we have to get our gears down, and approximately when it's like 50 nautical miles away from the airport, we can get our flaps on full. So we have our waypoint Rarick. We are approaching our waypoint Rarick right there. So you're gonna follow this line to our runway. At the waypoint Okrim, we can get our localizer on, so the aircraft has the path. So so the LNAV path. So let's press localizer now. As you can see, the aircraft will follow the diamond, and it will make sure that the diamond is in the middle. So we can land on this runway right there. Turbulence right there. Okay, so now we can deploy our flaps slowly. So let's decrease our speed to 139. And as our airspeed decreasing, we're gonna deploy our flaps more and more until the flap 25. It's right there, flap 25 sets. Okay, so now we can get our gears down. As you can see, we got a warning. I think we're a bit too low. So the aircraft thinks that it's an emergency and we have to deploy the config here. But it's fine. Okay, so now we can do our landing checklist. So speed brakes, landing gear down, flaps 25 sets. So now we can get out of here and get our engines on there. Or speed brakes extended. Okay, now it's armed. Okay, it's a recall button again. Okay, we are good for the landing. When you're gonna approach the final waypoint where we have to catch our glide slope, as you can see, our diamond is approaching the middle. So now we can press approach button, and now the aircraft will catch its glide slope in a second when we're gonna get past Delta Bravo 612. And as you can see, G/S glide slope is catched, and the aircraft decreasing to maintain its glide slope to our beautiful runway. Gonna repeat, your ATC might give you vectors to your runway without following the star, so just remember how to use the autopilot correctly. And yeah, for this approach and Dubai, we've got beautiful weather and beautiful fog, so we're gonna disconnect our autopilot at 1,000 feet. Then we've got a bit of the crosswind, which will make our landing harder, but it's fine.
log smooth touchdown.
And that was a beautiful landing. Sorry for the lag. Okay, now we can taxi to any available gates. After the landing, key taxi to your gate. While you're taxiing, get your AP on. Get your landing lights off, and then when you're on your gate, get your fuel control switches off, and then get your AP battery on. And you can use the shutdown checklist on our amazing PMDG 777. Thanks for watching, and this is the end of our 777 tutorial. If you haven't seen my Cold and Dark tutorial, go and see it on the channel. It's really good. See you later and bye bye.